Hey guys, this is Snick Jumbo 3 and I'm going to show you how to change the Charizard on the home page of Pokemon Fire Red. Now I must apologise that I'm recording this on an iPhone rather than on the screen, but let's get down to it. Okay, you should have already seen what tools you need from the screenshot beforehand. So let's go and open up UNLZ. And then open the file, open the ROM. Right, obviously what you may be familiar with following other tutorials is to go to 2011. Now what you may have just realised is, wait a minute, we haven't got our sprite yet, we haven't got our picture. That's because you don't need to go and download pictures and then do all that indexing rubbish. Just go to 686 and then click go to 668, always do this, and there you can see I've got Bulbasaur, and just click next and find the Pokemon that you want. I'm going to use something that looks pretty awesome. There you go. How about Pidgeot? So click save as. See, I've got a Furo here. Just save as Pidgeot. Right, done. Close that, and then we go into Nameless Tile Map Editor, or NTME, and go and find. Right, let's delete Furo because I don't need to use him. Yeah, right, so we're doing Pidgeot. Open Pidgeot. Okay, if you see down the bottom here, it's not a nice smooth blue colour as I've got here. That means we've now got to get rid of it. So try and find a transparent blue bit and just wipe it out as if it was a rubber and paint. Try and use as much blue as you can, because doing it one by one is a bit long-winded. At least this way I got it 2 by 2 so I can wipe out 2 at a time. I thought Pidgeot would be alright. So rub all that out. Then we go to edit. This is where I've always been going wrong, and I found this in a different tutorial and thought, I didn't do that before. Edit tile map size, preset sizes, FR/LG, which stands for Fire Red or Leaf Green, title screen, or the second option down underneath world map. So world map, title screen. You want to select title screen. Wait for it. You shall see down the bottom here there'll be a scroll bar. There it is, and if you scroll all the way to the right, you'll see that it actually continues past this dotted yellow line, so we need to now get rid of all of those. See how that's nice and blue now? Right, this black line here is the edge, so go to the top left hand corner of your Pidgeot picture and increase the width all the way, increase the height all the way, this section here, and then you should see a little yellow box. Now what a lot of people have said is from the black line you want to go in 1, 2, 3, but I'm going to go in 2 and about halfway up, especially for something like Pidgeot. I mean, he's flying, he doesn't want to blend, he wants to be in the sky. Oh, before you click, don't click. You want down here, you want to select D, but let's pretend it was still on 0. So okay, let's pretend you just clicked, and then I just told you don't click, and you're like, oh, for crying out loud, now I've got to delete all that again. Don't panic, just click D, because I've done this with my working version at the moment. Click D, and then just hover it over the top like that, and click again. Then palette map, click palette map. You see all these are zeros, and these are like zeros, but obviously it's actually a capital D if you look closely. Okay, Pidgeot's ready to go. So file, save tile map, delete the Firo one. Pidgeot.png. Time up was saved successfully. Job's done. Remember, the edit, time map size, preset size, far left lead green title screen is very important, because if you don't do that, they will look like this, or a bit more stretched out like that. It looked awful, and I just couldn't figure it out, and it was literally that. It was literally setting the presets screen. Anyway, so what have we got so far? So let's get rid of all the Firos again. Let's get rid of all that rubbish. So we've got our picture and we've got our raw data file. What we now need is a palette file. So open up Ape, File, Open. Now I know I'm meant to go somewhere here. I have forgotten. I do apologise. Bear with me. I don't know why I don't have the proper Google. If you find yourself forgetting, just edit Pokemon Fire Red start screen, second one down. This is where I pretty much started off. Let's find out what that colour section should be. Okay, 00EA D5 E8. So I always forget this. I mean, how do you remember all that? Who even figured that one out? Now I bet this is the cheat code to get Charizard in the wild. Anyway, so there's Charizard's colours. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Okay. What do I do here? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I've done it the wrong way around. No, I don't even want to be in there. You want to open Infra View, which is the only thing I've got outside. Right, open Pidgeot. Now, if you go to Image It, Palette, Edit Palette, you will see that now that we've done the export, you don't have to do this colour swapping rubbish, you know, with the black for the blue and the blue for the black, green for this. No, you don't need to worry about that. All you got to do is go Palette, Export Palette. I'm going to go into my tutorial folder. I'm going to call it Pidgeot. Oh, now we're going to type it Pidgeot.pal. So yeah, as I say, what you may have followed and then gone, grr, it's not working, like I have. Something I noticed is by using UNLZ, you can actually export the sprite you need from the ROM and use it as it is. Even the palette is perfect. No use for paint. Don't need paint. You don't need to swap palettes over. And so therefore that should speed up time. Right, so we've now got all the 3 files. There should be 3 that we need. 1, 2, 3. So the Pidgeot picture, the raw, and the Pidgeot palette. Right, next. So now you've got those, I do believe we now need to we need to upload Pidgeot now. Assign the palette last. Right, so we open up the tutorial. Yeah, now the number I do remember is the 2011. Go to. Right, now we do the usual things you find in tutorials at this point. Is to import Pidgeot, right to ROM, OK, should not be any errors or else start again. all you have to do is get your fresh ROM out and open your NLZ and carry on, because you've got the files. They should be perfect. If you'd like to double check, but they should be perfect. Right, and say now we click next to 2012, and you see this pink box here. When I always imported my my .raw file, this used to be a 1 pixel long line or a 1 pixel long line. But if you notice, load raw, file load raw, Pidgeot raw, you see how it's a square? It's still a square, it's not a long line like this purple one here with a few dots in it. Right to ROM, okay. So far so good. Now if I test that, we should see a Pidgeot. It's not finished by the way, but you should see a Pidgeot on the screen in weird colours. Bang. I mean, how perfect's that? Actually those Pidgeot. Oh, I'll tell you what would be cool. Fire red, just change it to Moltres. You know, how cool would that be? Okay, so this is where Ape comes in finally, which I've already got over down here. So you go to 00EA D5E8 and then click load, and then do your usual choose paint shop, palette or PAL, Pidgeot PAL. Now what I do here, a lot of people say, oh, now click replace. It seems like we've got what we need. I think when you click replace it still crashes, which is annoying because now you have to do it this way. Yeah, so copy and paste just in case into Notepad. So this might take a while. Oh look, I've got spam. Anyone know how to bloody well stop them? That'd be handy. That one. I just realised that for you to be quicker for you to go back and pick up the next one, it'd probably be easier to cut and paste instead of copy and paste, which I shall then do from Notepad anyway. So click replace, import, load. Oh, okay, yeah, so I didn't even need to do that copy and pasting. It seems like it was a valid palette. So load the palette, click replace, job's done. As I say, if it doesn't work, or just in case it doesn't work, or with the one you chose, write it all down, and then you get your error, load it all back up, and type them in manually at the bottom, or cut and paste down that, and then click replace. That seems to load just fine. But seeing as it's probably because I'm using an actual palette from the game, not. Right, okay, so now let's test our game. File open, and there's my Pidgeot. Look at that. And job's done.